When you feel the urge to reach out, please stop and do this instead. Hi, I'm Coach Abby. Thank you once again for joining me today on Love Advice TV. Love Advice TV is a channel that's been created exclusively for you to assist you in navigating through any relationship challenges you may be facing. So today's topic is one of the hardest tests of emotional discipline after a breakup or a reconnection. That moment when you feel that urge to continuously be reaching out. You know, that feeling of wanting to I just want one more text. They said this and this and this, and I just wanted, I'm going to respond just that one more text. You know, I want to be that last one to continue the conversation. And we go on and we go on and we go on. And I have so much to say. And I say, no, you don't. You do not have anything to say. Because before you hit that send button, please stop. And let's talk about what to do instead. Before talking about all the reasons you shouldn't reach out, though, let's examine the psychology of the urge, because I think it's important. It's something that we sometimes can't even control. It's that urge isn't random. It's your nervous system seeking relief. Your brain equates contact with comfort. But comfort isn't the same as connection. You're not missing them in that instant. You're missing the connection. So I'm often asked, Abby, how can I stop this uncontrollable urge to reach out? I label it as a 10-second interrupt. When the urge hits, do this instead. Please. Number 1, put the phone down. The phone is a reminder that we can go ahead and use it. Just put it down. Then inhale for 4 counts. Please. Breath work is so important to regulate our emotional system. You hold it for 2 and you exhale for 6. So we bring it in for 4 counts. Hold it for 2. Exhale for 6, and say silently to yourself, my peace is more important than any response, because there's no response that's necessary. A simple, hey, yo, doesn't need a response. It really doesn't. We need to also be selective in the things that we're going to respond to. And that simple breath sequence that I just described, what it does, it rewires your reflex. It turns a moment of weakness into a minute of wisdom because you don't do it. Try it. You need to understand what the urge really means. It's simply telling you what part of you still seeks closure or reassurance. Instead of judging yourself, please get curious. Ask yourself, what emotion am I hoping this text will bring? We need to talk much more to ourselves and less to other people. Honestly, most of the times we have the answers within. Ask yourself, what is my intention? What do I expect this text to accomplish for me? What am I really trying to accomplish? And many times you'll see that it's just curiosity that's transformed into compulsion and, into our consciousness. If you're unsure, honestly, whether your urge to reach out comes from strength or scarcity, allow me to invite you to take that free assessment questionnaire linked below. It's designed to help you identify your emotional triggers and choose responses rooted in power and not fear. Every time you reach out prematurely, you reset the clock. You send the message, I'm still here. Yep, I'm still in this emotional waiting room. Why would they need to reach out? They don't. There's no urgency. You're waiting. This is their signal that there is really no reason for them to reach back out to you because you're there. However, when they don't hear from you, curiosity builds. That curiosity is what triggers their need to get closer. But going back to that urge that we initially started talking about, you can't just stop a habit. You can. It's really hard. Any habit is hard to stop. But the only way of stopping a habit, at least for me, and I've been able to see so many clients that I've worked with win over this particular situation, is you replace a habit by replacing it with something else, with another habit. You stop it by replacing it. So when you feel the urge, right now, this very moment, oh, Abby, I really want to text them and say, stand up. If you're standing up, sit down. If you're doing whatever, you need to move your body to change the energetic flow of your body. That's number one. Then I ask yourself, if you're not a writing person, and those that know me know I am a journal lover. I love to write, and I would just write about it and say, this is what I would love to respond and this and this, but I wouldn't send it. And I wouldn't even tempt you to practice it on your phone, because many times it looks good on our phone, and then we go ahead and send it and say to ourselves, let's see what happens. Don't do that. Do something sensory instead. Light a candle, step outside, anything. You need to remind your brain of the power of feeling grounded, because you're not grounded at that moment. You're all over the place. You're trying to find reason to unreason. Why does this urge all of a sudden come up? Why did it surface? Talk yourself into not reaching out. Stop asking yourself, what would happen if I let this time go? At first, honestly, we're in such fear. We're scared. And I always say, it's normal. Embrace those feelings. It's normal to feel scared. We're always thinking someone else is going to come along and they're going to take them. But it's not the point. We can't focus on what they're going to be doing. We're going to be focusing on our self-healing. And when it hurts, it's an indicator of still how sensitive we are to this whole situation. So obviously we shouldn't reach out with a sensitive undertone. You breathe. You learn to say to yourself, I'm not going to do it. And then you prize yourself, because you will feel so proud of yourself once that urge passes. And urges do pass. They reach its peak and then they go down. And we need to identify that and be there at the bottom saying to ourselves, wow, we were able to do it. Treat yourself. Go get a manicure. Go to Starbucks. Guys, do whatever it is that you love and do it. Treat yourself. Because in energetic terms, silence isn't passive. And this is why we always want to reach out, because we think that we're doing nothing. And what you have to really understand is that silence is actually energy in motion. It's magnetic. The less you chase, the more your energy expands. It conveys a vibration that clearly states, I am not receptive to any more confusion. Because going back and forth and entering into that loop is confusion. People sense the shift, because believe it or not, peace and stillness has its own frequency. As I'm managing the urge wasn't enough, and it's hard. I know it's hard. We also have to tame the ego. And the ego, that's hard or harder. Honestly, fear is the ego's last trick. That's what the ego does to us. It instills fear. It's telling us, no, you've got to do this. If not, you're going to lose it, and what have you. It gives you all these reasonings, these illogical reasonings as to why you should, And what I'd like to remind is you've got to say to yourself, no, I'm here to tell you that real connection doesn't vanish in silence. Only illusions do. That's what vanishes. What's meant for you isn't maintained by anxiety. It's sustained by alignment. You need to stay in alignment. I understand that resisting that impulse can sometimes feel Impossible. It's true. Remind yourself, though, that there's so many self-help books out there. There's so many sources. You're not doing this alone. And please do not hesitate to book a one-on-one session with me. It will be my pleasure to assist you in creating a strategy uniquely designed for you. One that turns these high trigger moments into a more of a, I can resist that urge, and then feel proud for doing so. It's a great feeling. It's a great momentum when you say, I am no longer under their control. When you redirect the urge, you transmit a sense of positivity to yourself. You transmute energy. That same intensity that once drove you to text can now drive you to feel calm, to feel confident. You transform the moment into momentum. And what is the momentum? You're the momentum. You were able to restrain from actually bowing down to that urge. Every time you choose not to reach out, you shift the power dynamics from desperation to dignity. You're not suppressing emotion. You're lifting it into the high-value person that I know you are. So next time that urge hits, remember to flip the script. Tell yourself, I'm not reacting out because I'm not avoiding them. I am not allowing myself to lose myself to them. I've realized that if they want me back, they need to earn me back as well. You need to put value on who you are. You need to resist the urge to reach out. That one sentence alone, I have value, can help you stay strong. And with that strength, you gain self-respect and regain their respect. So please, when you feel the urge to reach out, pause, breathe, and if necessary, rewatch this video. And it's not for any purpose of playing games. Do anything, but please don't text from an emotional place. It's important that whatever communication is developed between both of you, at least you come from a place of calmness, not a place of urging, of anxiety. Thank you once again for joining me today. As always, if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips on personal growth, mending broken relationships, and anything in between. Until next time, I'm Coach Abby.